What's the only thing worse than one carbon tax in Canada? Two, a second carbon tax. And apparently, the federal Liberals are planning to do just that with the throne speech. Wowzers. Hard to believe, say it ain't so, but it is. So reports John Ivison in a recent column in the Post Media Papers, talking about the Canada Fuel Standard, something that's quietly been bubbling along for a couple of years now. The Liberals have always had it in the back of their minds, and John reports that this is going to be unveiled in the Canada Gazette in the weeks ahead. That's the publication where the government has to formally put notification of all different sort of legislative mechanisms, ordering council, all these new things that the government is in fact doing. Canada Fuel Standard, what on earth is that? It doesn't, well, sound like a tax. Well, nothing does. The carbon tax is not actually called a tax on your income tax. It's described as a, a climate action incentive. So they come up with all these fancy phrases to call taxes anything, but this is one that really has industry concern, this Canada Fuel Standard, because it is a regulatory regime on emissions by producers, and a lot of people concerned about this, that it will be a 13% tax on fuel that industry uses, that regular Canadians will be hit in the wallets with their home heating bills and when they pay at the pumps, and a whole bunch of other consumer products. So basically just like the carbon tax already, except there's another one. Now, the sell on all of this, it's expected that the Environment Minister, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau himself, probably Chrystia Freeland, they're going to step forward and say, oh, but this is going to imagineer us into the new green economy. It's going to be all these fancy new green jobs. It's going to be a clean this, a clean that, just like they said with the first carbon tax. So I guess if you're a voter out there who's in love with the current carbon tax, well, you're going to be head over heels in love, perhaps doubly so. Or maybe you were a voter who said, okay, fine. I care about the environment. I don't know if this is really the way to deal with these issues, this sort of tax on everybody, but fine, so be it. I'll accept this just once. Maybe this second sort of secret sly double carbon tax will be enough to push some people over the edge and say, I'm just not buying this green agenda anymore, particularly now during the pandemic when we know emissions are reduced and we know a lot of people are suffering right now financially. Is this really the right time to do this? It really shows that this throne speech, Justin Trudeau and the Liberals are really showing their true colors. No wonder a lot of Liberal sources have been stepping forward in the media, senior staffers and so forth, coming forward anonymously saying, watch out, Canada, even we're concerned. And we are on the Liberal team, and we got to leak to the press how worried we are about really the far left approach Justin Trudeau is planning to take the country in the weeks ahead, further really than we've ever seen.